Hello and welcome to episode 34 of the Roma Revolution. I'm Ben, and coming up on today's episode we have a must-win Champions League group game against PSV Eindhoven, and that is because since the last episode there have been two matches, one of which was this 1-1 draw with Shakhtar Donetsk, a team that we really should have been beating, their first point in the group this year, a really frustrating result which added to the misery of the three losses beforehand. We did, however, turn it all round with a slight tweak against Empoli, an emphatic 5-0 win. Donati and Paredes both back from injury, both on the score sheet, and Caio Jorge seems to be able to get his scoring boots back on with another couple of goals. But the Champions League is massive. We're third in the group, sitting on 7 points. PSV, today's opponents, ahead of us on 9. A win gets us through. We're not going to top the group, so it's likely to be a difficult tie. But if we're in the hat, we've still got a chance of defending our crown. Europa League is assured, but that is not where we want to be after last year's European success. The team then for today and the slight change in tactic looks like this. We've got Farines in goal. We're now going for more of a back five with Mancini, Upamecano and Bissia in the middle of it. Florenzi and Donati are the two wing backs with Camavinga at the base of midfield. Paredes and Pellegrini pair up in the centre with Zaniolo in behind, Caio Jorge up front. It worked really well against Empoli. Hopefully it works well today. We're going to go attacking. We're going to go at PSV from the first whistle to the last. It's a must-win game. There's no point in doing anything else. It's good though that we have managed to get over that run of really poor games. We are now level on points again with AC Milan in Serie A. They were only able to draw with Torino. So despite that poor run of results, we are still in and punching for our first Serie A title. We're going to go with the revenge team talk. It's really helpful if you have lost to a team that you can do it. It seems to fire up the players. As always, we've got faith in the boys. The assistant is off to the tunnel, and here we go. Similar to last season, you may all remember we had this game against Galatasaray that was a must-win. This year it's PSV. Is this going to be the start of a very similar campaign to what we had last year? Or are we going to fall at the first hurdle in our defence of the Champions League? And we've got a highlight in the 15th minute, and it looks like it might well be. Zaniolo with the ball in. Caio Jorge couldn't quite get there, and Anastul gains well, and he's quickly distributed it forward, but Pellegrini gets it back in the middle of midfield, and we're looking to come again. Zaniolo, Paredes out to Florenzi, who shoots, and it's not far wide from Alessandro Florenzi, and it's a really positive, bright start to the game for the Roma boys. We just need to pick up a goal, and we could well be through in the Champions League. Bayern, as you would expect, beating Shakhtar Donetsk as well. Their only loss in the competition coming against us, which is a little bit of a kick in the teeth, seeing we might not even make it through. And with 40 minutes or so on the clock, we have barely seen anything of a game, which we look like we have had the better of. We just need to grab that goal, and it doesn't look like it's coming before half-time. One shot then in the first half, an Alessandro Florenzi effort over the bar. It's Roma 0, PSV 0, and we're going to have to get aggressive at half-time and fire up these boys ready for the second half. And luckily, it seems like it might have worked, and let's hope that gets to some good performances on the pitch. No one having a particularly bad game, but no one taking the game by the scruff of its neck and giving us that victory that we oh so dearly need. But here is the second highlight of the game, and it's Gutierrez in the middle for them, and he finds St. Just on this left-hand side in quite a lot of space. He's beaten one man, he's found the back post to Gakpo, and that could well be the goal that sends us out of the Champions League. It's been a really positive game for us, but as has been the case in many a game this year, we just can't put away our chances. 4 efforts for them, all 4 on target. And now this is looking like a game which is taking away the European champions from the competition, and we've fallen at the group stages. We're going to have to make some changes. There needs to be a turnaround in the game, and it needs to come fast. The first thing we've got to do is go very attacking. The second thing I think we're going to do is take Caio Jorge off and bring Patrick Schick on. Pellegrini also not having the greatest of games, so we're going to get Almada on for him. He can go up and play alongside Zaniolo in an attacking midfield role. Zaniolo can be a bit more of a shadow striker. Camavinga will come in to the midfield as the main, and we'll see if that may well just give us the edge in a final half an hour that could be massive towards the rest of the season. And we're building from deep with a potential chance. Upamecano to Mancini to Zaniolo, who's got Donati out on the left and he's found him. Surging forward, Manuel Donati, but he's beaten to it by St. Eustace, but it's just a hacked away clearance and Mancini can easily gather. Camavinga, Paredes in the midfield, back to Mancini. Upamecano, Camavinga, we're building it nicely, but can we get the shot away at the end of it? It's Patrick Schick at the back post. Donati fires over, and that could have been the goal that got us back into the game. But once again, the radar is off the goal. And as we approach 20 minutes to go, this is looking far and far less likely for us to be going through in this competition. What can we do just to get that final little tweak that might well see us over the edge? No one, as I say, having a really bad game. Donati perhaps struggling for a bit of fitness. So we'll get Miranda on for him, who is also a bit more familiar in that role. What we'll do, we'll go to Zaniolo and Almada can go on both wings. I think Paredes, yeah, he can. Paredes going to come in as a playmaker in behind. So he can do that there. He can be attacking midfielder on attack. We'll have Almada. I wonder if they're better off switched over. We'll have a look. I know that Zaniolo likes to be an inside forward on this side. He can attack as well. And Almada can do the same from the other side. And we're going a bit all-out attack. But at this stage of the game, it's something we really need to be doing. And hopefully it can work. But it looks like it's going to be a chance for them. Buscagli to Gutierrez in a midfield that is now very much dominated by them. Gagpo comes forward. Florenzi with a good tackle. Jensen on the edge of the area. St. Eustace has beaten Almada, who doesn't seem to want to get back. And I suppose that's because he's on an attacking instruction. But Zaniolo picks it up. Back to Basia. Back all the way to Farron. There's a goal now and 15 minutes to play. It's all to play for. Miranda has to get past his man and he does. He does well to keep hold of it as well. Surges forward down this left-hand side. Beats one. Beats another. He can't quite, but it's fallen to Zaniolo! Another Champions League goal for Nicolo Zaniolo. It's a great finish into the bottom corner. And that could be a goal that gets us back in with a chance of staying in the Champions League. Miranda's done brilliantly. Zaniolo at the back post heads home. And we're going to have a look. There is another highlight. We won't tactically tweak yet. What can we do from it? Den's will for them. Out to Buscagli. Are we going to be kicked and pegged back straight away? Or can Florenzi beat them to it? He can't quite. Gagpo to Hendricks. Camavinga holds him up, but not for long. Florenzi heads away again. Buscagli. Florenzi doing a lot of work on this side, but Basia finds Zaniolo, and we're off on the counter again. Here we go. Nicolo Zaniolo with men inside him. He doesn't need them. Oh, he maybe should have passed it across. I thought it was going to be a Nicolo Zaniolo solo effort, but it wasn't quite. We're going to stick with what we're doing because we still need that one goal to send us through. Some creativity for the last few minutes. Can we find a winner and a goal that would send us oh so well into the last 16 of the Champions League? What else can we change in this team? We could get Upamecano in, playing as a role in there. We'll do that for now. We'll make Camavinga more of a Mazzala. He can attack from there. And we'll have Upamecano more as a ball-winning midfielder in there on support. Just get a few more players forward and just see if we can find that final goal that will send us through. There's only 5 minutes to get it. It's looking highly unlikely. A game in which we've absolutely dominated. And it looks like there's going to be a late bit of drama. But which way is it going to fall? Miranda, Mancini and Miranda back to Farronez. Can we build it from here? Miranda needs to shift it before he's beaten to it. He has. Farronez in the Roma goal. He's got plenty of people ahead of him. He picks out Mancini. Paredes. He's found Miranda. Is this the chance? Miranda skips past his man. He's got Schick inside him. He can't quite find the cross. Zaniolo at the back post has scored! We've done it again! Another memorable moments on the series. What a time to score the potentially winning goal. Miranda's been brilliant since he's come on. It's the same as the first time. And now we need to change the tactical back because we don't want to be this attacking now. Upamecano back in to his defensive duties. No nonsense centre back on cover for him. Camavinga can drop back and be his deep line playmaker in here as well. Unbelievable scenes once again. It's always the same man as well. Nicolo Zaniolo. He knows what he's doing on a football pitch when it comes to it. He has been a really good Champions League operator for us. He'll also drop back now into the centre of midfield as a Mazzala. Almada in the middle of the park, in behind Sheik. And this, we're going back to positive, is a big 3 minutes or so for us to just hold on. And if we do, as you can see from the graphic at the top, we will be through to the Champions League last 16. We've somehow done it. Miracles do happen, but we're still in the Champions League. 2 Nicolo Zaniolo goals in the last 15 minutes saw out the Cody Gakpo goal for PSV that we thought had won it for them. Somehow the tactics worked, and somehow we are in the last 16 of the Champions League. We did what was needed. We've praised the boys for getting the victory in the end. They've worked hard for it. They deserved it. And that is likely to be our next episode. We've got a massive layoff now because it's World Cup year. So we'll be back for the Coppa Italia. Let's go for that one instead. So we'll play through all the friendlies. We'll also play a couple of Serie A games. And then we have Brescia in the first round of the Coppa Italia. We'll combine that with Parma. They're currently bottom of the league. So again, we should well be winning. And then after that episode, we can get in to the Champions League last 16. And thank goodness we're saying that after what looked like a really unlikely game for us to win. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode, and if you have, please leave a like down below for me. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager content, and thank you all for coming along and watching.